Hey there, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today, because what we're about to cover could affect every senior waiting on their August Social Security check, and yes, I mean you, your parents, your neighbors, and even your close friends. If you're a senior who relies on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits to pay for rent, groceries, medications, or anything essential, there's a new policy in effect that could quietly delay or even block your check altogether, and it's all due to one very simple mistake that most people don't even realize they're making. It all starts with a change that the Social Security Administration began rolling out just this August. In an effort to increase security and prevent identity theft, the SSA has made a major shift in how it verifies your identity when you request help, especially over the phone or when trying to access your account. And while the goal is to protect your personal information, the way this change was announced, or rather, not clearly explained, has left many seniors confused, frustrated, and in some cases, left without their payments. Now imagine this: you wake up expecting your monthly Social Security check to be in your account. You check your bank balance and nothing. The deposit that's been faithfully showing up every month like clockwork just isn't there. You call the SSA, but after hours of waiting, you're told there's a flag on your account. You're told your identity couldn't be verified and your payment was delayed pending further review. You're confused because you didn't do anything differently this time. And that's exactly the point. You didn't, but the system did. So let's back up and walk through exactly what changed this August and why it matters so much. Up until now, if you needed to call Social Security to update your address, report a change in your income, or even ask a question about your upcoming check, you could verify your identity over the phone. It might take a few questions: your name, date of birth, maybe your Social Security number and mother's maiden name, but it was doable. But now, that option is gone for many people. Starting this month, Social Security has quietly removed the ability to verify your identity over the phone for certain high-security account changes. And if your account is flagged for any reason, even something small like a mistyped address or a suspicious login attempt, the SSA is requiring that you either verify your identity online through the My Social Security portal, or that you visit a field office in person with your documents. That's a huge shift, and one that many seniors simply aren't prepared for. Now here's where it gets more serious. If you don't already have a My Social Security account set up, or if you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable using a computer, you could suddenly find yourself unable to confirm your identity in time for your payment to be processed. For those living on a fixed income, that kind of delay can be devastating. Rent payments bounce. Utility bills stack up. Prescriptions don't get filled. And all because of a single identity verification step that you didn't even know had changed. And let's be real, this isn't just a tech issue. It's a generational issue. Millions of seniors either don't have reliable access to the internet or struggle to navigate online government systems. Some people don't even know what the My Social Security portal is, let alone how to use it. So when the SSA says, just log in to confirm your identity, it's not always that simple. And while they claim these changes are in place to protect people from scams, what it's really doing, at least for now, is blocking many of the most vulnerable citizens from the money they've earned their entire lives. I want you to take a moment and think about someone you know, maybe your mom or dad, a neighbor, or even yourself, who might be at risk of missing a payment this month because of this. Would they know how to log in online and verify their identity? Do they know their username and password? Have they even set up an account? Because here's the truth: if your account is flagged and you don't respond in time, your benefits can be delayed, or worse, paused until the issue is resolved. And no, they won't always call you to notify you. Sometimes it's just a letter that may take days to arrive, long after your payment was supposed to be deposited. The SSA is saying that this change is permanent. That means it's not just a temporary hiccup. Moving forward, the expectation is that all identity verification will happen online or in person. And if that doesn't work for you, well, good luck getting through to someone on the phone. Call centers are still overwhelmed, with some seniors reporting hold times of over 2 hours only to be disconnected or told they need to go online anyway. And here's another twist. If you're someone who uses a representative payee, that's someone who helps manage your benefits, this identity verification change could complicate things even more. The SSA may now require the payee and the beneficiary to both verify their identities through separate portals. That's not something most people are used to dealing with. And again, for those with limited tech literacy, this new requirement becomes a roadblock, not a safeguard. So what's causing all this? Well, it's part of a larger push to modernize the Social Security system and crack down on fraud. Identity theft is a real and growing threat, especially among seniors. In fact, SSA reports show that scammers stole over $100 million from fraudulent benefit claims in just the last couple of years. So on one hand, yes, the SSA is trying to protect your money. But on the other hand, they've created a barrier that is actively keeping people from receiving the very money meant to support them. Let's talk solutions. If you haven't already created your My Social Security account, now is the time to do it. Go to ssa.gov and follow the steps to set it up. You'll need to verify your email, create a secure password, and answer a few personal security questions. If that sounds intimidating, ask a trusted family member to help, someone you know and trust, never a stranger. But don't wait until your check is late. Set it up now, before your account gets flagged or before the SSA requires you to go in person. And if you do receive a letter saying your benefits have been paused or delayed due to verification issues, don't panic, but do act quickly. The longer you wait to respond, the more delayed your next payment becomes. Try logging in first. If that doesn't work, call your local SSA office directly and ask if you can come in person to resolve it. Be patient, not because you should have to be, but because the system is under pressure and moving slowly. Also, keep your contact information up to date. A surprising number of people miss crucial SSA letters because their mailing address hasn't been updated, especially after moving or switching housing. And with this new identity verification rule, missing that letter can mean missing your check. What's even more troubling is that many people are getting caught off guard by these changes simply because they don't know they exist. That's why this video is so important. If you've made it this far, you already know more than most. And now, it's your turn to pass it forward. Share this video with someone you love. Let them know what's happening. Help them check their My Social Security portal or offer to go with them to their SSA office if they need in-person help. This is the kind of community support we need right now. Now that we've talked about what's changed and how it could block your August check, let's look at what to do if it's already happened to you or if you're worried it might happen soon. Because the truth is, some seniors are already experiencing payment delays right now, not because of any mistake they made, but because their accounts were silently flagged for identity verification. If your check hasn't arrived this month and you're used to receiving your Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits by direct deposit, the first step is to log into your My Social Security account and check your payment history. If it says pending, under review, or withheld, then chances are your account was flagged and your payment is being delayed until you verify your identity. You should also check your mail for any recent letters from the SSA. These notices will usually explain why your payment is on hold, though often in vague and bureaucratic language. But read them closely, they usually contain a deadline for response or documentation. If your My Social Security account says everything is fine, but your money still hasn't arrived, call your bank first to make sure they didn't block or reject the deposit. If they haven't seen the payment, then it's time to call the SSA. I'll be honest, wait times are long. You'll likely be on hold for a while, so prepare for that. But don't give up, persistence is the only way through right now. If you do reach a representative, ask specifically if your account was flagged for ID verification and what you need to do to remove that hold. Now, let's say you've received a notice saying you must verify your identity. There are a few ways to go about it, and which one you choose depends on your situation. If you're comfortable using the internet, logging into the My Social Security portal is the fastest option. They may ask you to upload a government-issued ID or answer additional security questions. Once verified, payments usually resume by the next cycle. If online access isn't possible, your next step is to schedule an in-person appointment at your local SSA office. Don't just show up, call ahead, make an appointment, and bring original documents with you like your social security card, driver's license, or state-issued ID. If your ID is expired, some offices may still accept it but ask first before making the trip. Some locations even have mobile ID verification services for people with limited mobility. Ask if that's available in your area. Another option, though a longer one, is to submit a written appeal or request for reconsideration. This is more common in cases where a payment was withheld due to alleged fraud or conflicting data. You'll need to fill out Form SSA 561 and submit it either online or by mail. It's not the fastest route, but it can help if your issue can't be resolved through basic verification. One of the hardest things about this change is that it hits people at a time when every dollar matters. Rent doesn't wait. Neither do electric bills. And when your check is blocked, everything is on hold. So while the SSA says this is about protecting people, it feels like those who are already vulnerable are being punished by a system they helped build, and that's not okay. There's growing pressure in Congress right now to review this new ID policy. Some lawmakers are concerned that the SSA didn't give enough warning and didn't provide enough support for those affected. There are talks of adding more digital navigators, better call center staffing, and in some cases, allowing exceptions for seniors over 75 or people with disabilities. But until those changes are made official, we're stuck with the current system, so we have to work within it as best we can. So let's break this down one last time, because I want you to walk away with action steps, not just information. First, check your My Social Security account right now, even if you haven't had problems yet. Make sure your contact info is correct, that you know your login, and that your payment history looks normal. If you don't have an account, create one or ask someone you trust to help. Second, if you've received any letters or calls about your identity, don't ignore them. Respond quickly, follow the instructions, and document everything, including who you spoke with and when. That paper trail could be important later. Third, don't try to go it alone. If you're stuck, reach out to a local senior center, legal aid group, or advocacy organization. Many of them are already helping people navigate these exact issues and may even offer free assistance. Fourth, and maybe most importantly, spread the word. If you know someone who's not tech savvy or who doesn't speak English fluently, take a moment to ask them if they've heard about the new verification rule. Something as small as a heads up could help them avoid missing their next check. And finally, stay calm and stay informed. This system wasn't built for speed, and it's definitely not perfect. But with enough awareness and support, we can work around its flaws and protect each other from unnecessary harm. If you found this video helpful, even just one piece of it, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future updates. This channel is here for you to break down confusing Social Security policies, keep you informed on changes, and most of all, help you hold on to the benefits you earned. And let me hear from you. Have you had to verify your identity this month? Did it go smoothly or was it a nightmare? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Your story might help someone else get through this without delay or panic. And if you're still waiting on your August check, just know you're not alone. We're watching this issue closely and will update you as soon as there's any new development. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Stay safe, stay strong, and take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.